Batwoman. Okay. As geeks.
Have you read it? Have you read it or?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't personally read it, but I am always wary of when a comic goes the female route. Nothing against, all of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard such a sexist comment come out of your mouth.
Dude, way too PC, man.
Thanks.
I mean,
But in all honesty, sometimes.
Either way.
Either way, it usually takes a really different turn from what the normal comic is. And so when you have things like Spider-Girl, Superwoman, these types of characters can go right, can go horribly wrong.
here's the thing though. This does take place in Gotham, and it's not a parallel character. It's a Gotham socialite.
You know what?
And she just, she has pretty much a similar story like Bruce Wayne. She has the ability to want to clean up crime, and she just becomes Batwoman.
Does Bruce Wayne not exist in this?
No, he does exist.
Oh,
he
okay, so-
acknowledges her existence. He even helps her out. One of the major groundbreaking things about this character is that she is one of the few openly lesbian superheroes too.
Yes.
So it also gives that whole sense of depth of character, which we don't see a lot.
At least not in DC.
Not really
Not
in DC.
really in DC.
Yeah,
Marvel,
maybe
they do
Marvel.
it.
Not in
Marvel,
DC.
they do it.
Marvel, they actually came out with a different type of like young
Polaris,
Avengers.
I think it was.
They had a bunch of interesting characters, and there actually are. There's the Hulkling, and then there's Wiccan. Apparently, they are homosexual, and they are going out.
Yeah.
They're both men. It's very interesting. People are actually starting
In
to
fact,
be okay with it. I think.
In fact, I think if I'm correct, I think Batwoman is currently dating the female version of Question.
Really?
The new question
Yes,
is
yeah.
Montoya. I think they're dating. I could be wrong because I read it before, but they put the series on hiatus and they're bringing it back now.
I really wish that there was a different, that there was a nice middle ground between win and fail. Wait, there is. I'm giving this a man.
I'm gonna call this a man as well, simply because I am very nervous of what can or cannot go wrong. It's too many variables, and at the same time, with all the female versions of superheroes that have come out, it could be a little late.
Yeah.
I'm interested, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna give it a meh.
All right. So, man.
So Batwoman,
Yeah.
meh.
Man.
Meh.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, we all know as that super popular video game. Is that the one we're thinking about, or is
Yeah,
it a TV
yeah.
show?
Yeah.
That's Monster Ranger you're thinking of.
Ah, okay, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is the video you're thinking. I actually have no idea what's gonna happen. I
These Monster Hunters all over the place.
want
Really
it to
is.
win. I want it to win. I really want this to win because it's an interesting video game. It's an interesting take on. It's an interesting way to actually do this.
It really is.
Have we ever taken a video game like Monster Hunter and actually created a manga out of it?
Well, I kind of look at it as World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft has a bunch of lore behind it, yes, they have already a bunch of stories in place, but you have the manga, which are not necessarily canon stories being told. Yes, they have canon stories told in manga format, but they have non-canon stories told that just involve the elements from the world. So Monster Hunter wouldn't surprise me if they make new manga that incorporates just elements from the world, or if there is some lore in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, there is. What do you want it to be?
More.
So what do you want this to be?
I kind of want this to be one because Monster Hunter has posed players with some great questions. So if it can make the characters very interesting, then I would love to see those same challenges that are posed on players battling like 20-story monsters imposed on characters like these, especially if they're flawed characters like they would have to be.
It's going to be interesting because now we're going to really have a new depth of characters. Because it's always been, you're the character, but seeing it, someone else, different approach, I think I'm going to give it a win.
Win?
Because I want to see what they do with the writing.
Alright, so win.
When's
Monster Hunter's win.
Yeah.
The death of Spider-Man! I can't wait for this to happen. I love seeing him die. I'm very upset that he's going to be reborn somehow, but I love seeing Spider-Man die. Spider-Man's one of those characters you love to see die. I hope it's Venom. Do we know who kills Spider-Man?
I have no idea.
I hope it's Venom.
Story's not out
I hope
yet.
it's Venom or Doc Ock. I love Venom and
In
Doc
all
Ock.
honesty, I think if Spider-Man were to die,
I
I
want
think
Venom
it's
to eat him. I want Venom to eat him whole. Just swallow him in one big
I think it's about time that Spider-Man has a death because we've already had every great Golden Age superhero have a death. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern has had
Flash.
several. The Flash has had a million.
Well, hold on, here's the thing though. There are a few superheroes who have died for good reasons or have stayed dead. For example, Hawkeye. Hawkeye was the expendable, yeah, but Hawkeye was the expendable Marvel character, and at the same time you have the Flash. The Flash didn't technically die. You find out that the Flash was his own origin technically. You know, and think of weird things like that. Here's the thing with Spider-Man, and you guys know me, I am a fan of Spider-Man, but I would give it a win that they're finally going to give the resolution of the series to an end, and they'll probably give it a right con, but it's going to be an epic fail because you know Marvel's going to be so stupid to bring Spider-Man back from the grave. Because look what they did with the others. Look what they did with the One More Day storyline.
You know what?
Marvel's Spider-Man's been going downhill.
I agree. Epic fail because he's going to come back.
I'm gonna say meh.
You're gonna say meh?
I'm gonna say
So
meh.
2 epic fails and a meh. Are you willing to let it be an epic fail?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Alright, so
Alright.
the death of Spider-Man is an epic fail because he's gonna come back. Next we have Ghost in the Shell.
Well, this is Ghost in the Shell, the standalone complex manga.
We've already got
the series came out, and the series has been very popular.
It has.
The mangas for Ghost in the Shell came into the States sporadically. Same thing for the original and all the other storylines, but this essentially is taking the series and expanding on it what the series couldn't do. So
Yeah,
if you were a fan of the series, there are plot holes in the series as well, but if you're a fan of the series and if you read the manga, it'll fill in those. I want to give it a win.
I'm gonna give it a win, and I agree, if you are a fan of the series, please read the manga, it does fill in a lot of holes.
For Ghost in the Shell, I'm actually going to say win, that we are getting the mangas now. That we are going to be able to fill in a lot of plot holes that were made during the animated series and during the movies as well, I hope.
So Ghost in the Shell, win.
Win.
Ghost in the Shell is a win.
Mhm.